The station that covers Kern County, 23 ABC News at 11.
Topping our news tonight, a 2-year-old boy is home safe and his mother is in police custody. We told you as breaking news at 6 that a toddler was found alone walking in a West Bakersfield neighborhood a mile from his home. 23 ABC's Carlos Correa spoke to the woman who discovered the boy wandering in her yard. He joins us live in the studio. Carlos.
Troy, imagine getting home and finding a toddler standing in your driveway barefoot with no adults, no parent around, just the baby and his dog. Abby Lubben and her father Garrett came home to a big surprise.
We drove up and we see a little kid by our gate by our dogs, and then he went to the garage and he just started playing in the grass with his dog, and that's where we got out and started to make sure he was okay.
The Lubbens started searching the neighborhood and called the sheriff's office to report they found a baby in their front yard.
So I was like, quiet, let me speak. Where's your mommy? And I was trying to speak like in his terms, Daddy, Grammy, Papa, you know, and he just kept walking over to my Xbox going, Xbox.
They say it appeared the baby had been out for hours. They found him dirty and say his face had a scratch.
Minutes later, you know, the sheriff ended up really quickly at our house, and we're grateful for that response.
Yeah.
And he had notified us that there was a missing toddler as well. So that's how that kind of culminated. And then we realized it was almost a half a mile away from our house, across one really busy street.
According to investigators, the boy's mother is 28-year-old Casey Hart. Officers arrested her for felony child endangerment and public intoxication. Hart has 2 prior DUIs.
Doggy's
the Lubben
outside,
family
but
say
where's
they just want to
Mommy?
get her help.
I know that she did not want her son like this, but she did. So I'm willing to help her, no problem. And he was so thankful. He goes, really? And I'm like, no, I'm serious. I will get her into any program you want, because she would never hurt her son if she herself wasn't hurt.
A member of Casey Hart's family came by the house to pick up the 2-year-old's dog and explain the situation.
Went to the back, assuming he was back behind the back, because I know he went out the back gate. And that's what I thought. I figured they got to be back there. And I drove up and down. My wife was driving up and down. And then they finally found him, or they finally called me and said, no, he's been found.
The Lubben family says they're happy the baby ended up at their home because helping people is something they do for a living. Shelley Lubben runs the Pink Cross Foundation. Meanwhile, the baby is now in the custody of his grandparents. In the studio, Carlos Correa, 23 ABC.